Hello my sugar plums, welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you're interested to see how I make this gorgeous snake purse, stay tuned. Now, I've been saying that I wanted to make a snake purse since I've been making the purses, and this is the one that I decided to make. And if you're interested to see how I make this absolutely gorgeous purse, make sure you watch the full video, guys. I know it's been a while since I uploaded, but I've been extremely busy, guys, and to tell the truth, the video was made like a few weeks ago, and I just didn't have time to do any voiceover for it, and I had to do voiceover for this video because I wanted to make sure you guys got all the detail. But that being said, guys, we're gonna jump out right into the video. But before that, of course, we have a sponsor for the video, for this video, so we're gonna go ahead and give them a shout out. Now, before we start this video, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor for this video, Lotus Bliss. Now, Lotus Bliss is a company that was founded by 3 French master guys, and they are combining beautiful type in art with crystal energy, and you have this beautiful handcrafted jewelry that they handpick each and every single one raw stone, a natural stone, and you get pieces like this beautiful amethyst and freshwater pearl. This is a gift set that you can find all the pieces on the website. Now, if you like to explore these pieces yourself, Lotus Bliss has kindly given us a 15% discount code for everything in the store. Just use code Elizabeth15 until December 31st at checkout, and you'll get 15% off of everything, single thing that is in the store. I also have the link and code down below in the description for easy access. Now, once again, huge thanks to Lotus Bliss for sponsoring this part of the video. Now let's go back right into the video. Now for this video, guys, we're gonna be using quite a few different stuff. Like we're gonna be using a black acrylic paint. Now we want a black acrylic paint, and I'm also gonna be using the graphite Mica Powder. This is from Hippie Crafter. I'm gonna be using another black Mica Powder. I cannot remember which company it is from, because I believe there was like samples that I got from a company. And I'm also gonna be using a Lux Blue from Black Diamond. Now those are the one that I'm gonna be using. Not a lot of colors, but different type of the same solid color, because we want the purse to be kind of a solid black color, just because I want the inside of the purse to have the snake skin and the gold snake to be on the outside. Now I mix my mica powder, my epoxy, and once my epoxy is mixed, I'm gonna separate it into different little jar. Now the smaller one I'm gonna be using just to mix my blacks and my blue on it, just because we don't need a lot. I'm just gonna be using it for the side of the purse only. Now the top part of the purse, it's this part right here. Right now we need clear, because like I said, I want the snake skin to be on the inside, so you need to have clear, because we're gonna flip the skin, the snake of skin, we're gonna put it on the inside, and you want to be able to see it on the inside, so you have to use a clear epoxy for that. Now for this part, I'm gonna mix everything together. Now after that, we will be mixing the Lux Blue by itself once everything is cured, but right now we want both the black and the graphite color and the blue to mix together, because this is gonna be just the side of the purse, and we want that to have to cure when we put the clear and the snake skin on it. We want this part of the purse to already be cured before we move on to cover the snake skin with the black and the blue that we're gonna be doing later on. Now once this is done, guys, we're gonna I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna be very carefully put that color on the edges, and make sure I clean up any drop that fall on top of the purse, because I wanted the top part to be completely clear, because I want my snake skin to be showing on the inside without any other color on it. if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Once I finish adding my my color on the edges right now, like I'm doing right now, I'm gonna go ahead and pour clear on top of everything, and then we'll go ahead and we're gonna wait a little bit, like 15-20 minutes before we go ahead and flip or or skin on top of the clear, just because we don't want it to move and we don't want to have like bubbles. So I kind of wait for the resin to start thicken up a bit before I do that. So once the resin starts thicken up, I just go ahead and flip the snake skin, inside out, so that way the pattern's gonna be showing on the inside of the purse, and the white part of at the back of the snake skin, it's gonna be showing on the inside. Now, if the pieces that you have for your fake, snakes or crocodile skin, you have, the back is black, and then you don't have to do the next part that I'm gonna be doing. But unless you're making like a white purse, because the back of my snake skin is white, so I have to go ahead and paint it black. That way I use less resin, because I want to be able to, when I put my resin mixed with mica powder on it, I don't want to have any pieces of white showing. So that way, when I put my resin on it, the black gonna be more prominent, because it's already black. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So this part will depend on the color of the back of the fake snake skin or crocodile skin that you're using. But yeah, that's super easy, guys. Now, like I say, when I make those purses, they do take me a few days to make, just because I go to different steps. It's not because they are very difficult to make, because I make them in stages, just because I tend to do a little bit extra. Like I will remove them and send them out and make sure they are flat, and then I'll go ahead and put them back in the mold, and then I'll redo the resin on top of it. Just because sometimes if you just making like a simple purse, you can just add your colors and then just wait for your purse to cure with 24 hours, and you can remove it. But I want my purse to have a little bit of weight to them, just because I want to have a nice sturdy purse that's not gonna break, or the resin not gonna kind of messed up or anything. Because if the resin is too thin, it will warp out and kind of look a little bit funky. So I tend to go ahead and remove it from the mold, and then I'll flip the mold part of the purse, the two pieces, before I put them together. I'll flip them and then put like a coat of clear resin on the inside, just to make sure that the front and the back of the purse have like a very nice thick coat of resin to it, because the mold in itself is very shallow, so it doesn't hold a lot of resin. So when you remove it, if you don't put that coat of resin on the inside, you have a very thin front and back of purse. On the purse. So I don't like that, so I like to remove it from the mold, and then I'll put a coat of clear resin on to kind of make sure it's nice and thickened, and that will give my purse a very nice and sturdy feel to it. So when you hold the purse, you can feel it's like nice and sturdy. It's gonna be hard, it's not gonna break. You can put anything on it, and I don't like transparent, the clear purse. So if I put like a color in it, I'll either do clear, or I'll do the same color on the inside, to make sure that I have like a nice sturdy purse. But that's just me. I like going to the extra step, just to make sure that whatever product I'm making, it's nice and good quality. Now, if you're selling those, again, you want to be able to give your customer something really nice, because you don't want to send something to somebody and it's like whatever, it's not like good quality. Because just put yourself in that person's shoes. If you are buying something and you want to receive something very nice for, you know, the price that you're paying for. But I digress, but that's just me. Now this is the next day, guys. I went in, I'm using black acrylic paint to paint the back of my snake skin. Now because the paint I'm using is a paste, I kind of use a little bit of water to kind of, you know, move it around. Now if you're using a liquid acrylic paint, you don't need to use water. You can just kind of, you know, paint it. Now once I paint it, make sure the whole thing is nice. You're gonna need to wait for it to completely dry before you put resin on it, because, you know, I had put water on it. So that being said, you know, you don't want to your resin to be mixed with water. That's not a good thing. So make sure the whole thing is completely dry. Now, unfortunately, I've lost the clip where I was showing you guys when I put the resin on top of the snake skin. Basically, I just use the graphite color, a little bit of black paint, and a little bit of black mica powder, mix them together, and then in another cup I mix just the Lux Blue by itself, and then I pour the darker color on the top, and I use like a little bit of brush, like a brush. I just kind of drizzle the Lux Blue, because, you know, I just wanted Lux Blue on it, but I still wanted to see the black color at the bottom. So this is, and then I let that cure for 24 hours. Now this is the 2 days later, because I'm showing you right now on the inside, you can see there was a very nice clear coat on it. It's because I went, once everything was cured, I had removed it from the mold, and then I put a coat of clear resin on the inside to make sure that my purse is nice and heavy. Now this is 2 days later, and then once that cured, the inside is cured with the clear coat, I went and sanded the whole thing. Now it's quite easy, because I'm gonna go ahead and put the purse back into the mold, and because I'm gonna be doing clear on top of it, and, you know, I was able to sand in the side also. I was just kind of put the resin on the side inside the mold, so it's not that hard. So I like to put everything in the mold first and do a top coat of resin on top of them. Just that way you'll be able to control the resin that you are putting on top. Now, but before I put everything back in the mold, now this time I'm just gonna do you know, the 3D snake design on the front of the purse. The back of the purse, I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna do anything to it. Now I got this snake pattern belt on Amazon. Now I see the company that I bought it from, they had a necklace and a belt, but because the necklace was kind of too short, it was like 12 inches, and this one I believe is like 24 or 36 inches for the belt. It's quite long, and I love the pattern because it's like you can kind of bend it a little, and it's super flat, so I didn't have to kind of put resin on the back like I used to do for the other pieces that I made before, because you want to be able to make sure that it's glued you know, flat on your purse. Now it's nice and smooth and polished. I love the snake, the look of it anyway, and because of the way the snake is, like I said, it's a belt. You are able to kind of open the snake's mouth and put the end of the belt on it. But I want the snake mouth to stay open, so I use a little bit of resin to kind of keep it open that way. And I also kind of colored the eyes of the snake. I did a brown color, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a vivid red on top of it, just to give it a little bit of dimension, and because I'll be adding some gem next to the snake head to make it look like the snake is eating the gems, because I'll be putting gems, you know, in between where I have the curve. Now we're gonna go ahead and curve the snake from one side, or from one end to the other end of the purse, and I use UV resin to do that. It's easy. You can use glue to do that, but UV resin, you know, does it really fast for me. That's what I did. So I went and now I'm still gonna start gluing some of the gems, and then we're gonna go ahead and put a top coat of the clear once we put everything in the mold back, and then after that I'm gonna go ahead and add more of the gems. Now this is what we're working with now. Once we went and added everything back in the mold, now I added just a drop of black, a single drop, guys, just one single drop of black alcohol ink, just because I'm gonna top coat it again once I finish. This is the first top coat I'm gonna be doing, and I put it in the mold. You can see how I like kind of open the side, because I had sanded the side, and you want the side to be nice and shiny, just like the top of the purse. Now I went and put it open the side and add some resin, and you can use like like a silicone brush, a flat silicone brush, to kind of help you make sure that the edges are nice and covered. Right now you can see I'm using like a popsicle stick. I believe, yes, I'm using a popsicle stick to kind of make sure that the resin is nice over the edges. And so once I'm doing that, I'm just carefully gonna go ahead and put my the first layer of clear mixed with the alcohol and ink in on top of the both side of the purses. Now for the part that have the snake on it, because I don't want the snake to be under completely covered. I want to be able to feel the pattern of the snake, because it's 3D. I don't want the resin to completely cover it, so that's why I'm taking my time with the little tool to kind of put my resin and make sure that my snake is not covered at all with resin. I want to be able to feel it, and because I'm gonna be adding a second coat to it, so I have to make sure I don't add too much resin. That way it's not covered. Now for the second and final coat of resin that we're gonna be adding, I'm gonna go ahead and remove everything from the mold again, and then we're not gonna be putting it back on the mold, but this time we're gonna go ahead and tape the inside of the purse. I'm using resin tape, I'm showing you right now, just because I'm gonna put them on top of like a container and just kind of dome it with resin. I'm not gonna, because it's not gonna go in the mold. And I also had went and added all the gem by the resin, by the snake head, and this is when we're gonna be adding the other pieces of gems. Now because I don't want them to be completely covered, because those gems, if you cover them, they lose their the holographic side of it. It's not gonna be as pretty if you cover them. So I'm gonna go ahead again, once again, this time I'm just using clear resin. I'm not gonna put any alcohol ink, nothing on it, just pure clear resin. And then I'm gonna repeat the same step again by taking my time to add the resin in between the snakes and make sure that my snake is not covered, that I still have the 3D feel to it. That way when you move the snake, you'll be able to see the pattern of on the snake, and if you touch the purse, you'll be able to feel the snake, and it's not underwater or under the resin. And so once I finish doing that, I'm just gonna carefully place the other gems in between where we have all the curves for the snake, just to kind of make sure like the pattern for the snakes have like the gems in them. Now all those gems that I use are from Totally Dazzle. Now it's a beautiful company. I love working with them. I love their products, guys. They are like by far one of the best company that have the most beautiful gems, and their products are super cheap. I love working with them, and no, it's not sponsored, so I'm just telling you guys what I like about this company. So all those gems that I'm using for this purse are from Totally Dazzle, and also I'll put the link for you guys if you're interested to buy their product. They always have sales, and their products are cheap anyway, so you can go and buy. If you want high quality products for cheap price, then there you go. Now once I finish with this and I let everything cure overnight, now the purse is technically done. Now this frame that I bought it by itself. It didn't came with the low plastic for the inside. I had to do that myself, which I absolutely hate doing, but I had to do it. And I also went and mixed a little bit of the same resin, and I put them into pipette, let them, cure, not cure, let them thicken, extremely thicken a lot, and then I use the resin to kind of glue my purse together. You can use any kind of glue to do them, but I like using resin so that way my purse, I know it's nice and sturdy. Once that is done and cure and finished, the purse is ready. I just add the little strap on it, and it's that's it. The purse is absolutely gorgeous, guys. It's nice and heavy. And wait for the part that I love the most is the inside. Now you have a very nice, a solid color with the gold snake on the inside with the little gems on them. And you can see the pattern of the snake I'm showing right now. You're still able to feel them and see them, which is what I was going for. And also when you open the purse, you will have the beautiful gold snake pattern on the inside. I love this purse, guys. I am not a snake person, but I wanted to make the snake purse because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Even though I'm afraid of snake. I don't like them. I don't like anything that crawls. But I absolutely love the purse itself. How gorgeous is the inside of the purse, guys. Absolutely love it. Now guys, if you want to see more of the purses, you can leave me a comment down below and let me know which kind of purse that you want to see after that. And also guys, I'll see you soon. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friend and family. And guys, I'll see you on the next video. But until then, you know the drill. Be blessed and stay blessed. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.